Hello. Week 15 and 16. Surprise, this video is on time. Still need a couple days, you know, to edit and post, but relatively on time. Week 15, a little bit nauseous during this week. Very, very, very thirsty as always. That hasn't really changed. My nosebleeds are getting worse. I have a seriously runny nose all the time, and I've heard that can kind of happen when you're pregnant. My headaches have subsided. Something new is I am experiencing some spider veins on my stomach, so I started using some stretch mark cream. That's what it's called. I've been kind of irritable. I wake up and I don't feel rested, and so sometimes I end up going on rages out loud to, I don't know, anyone who will basically listen because I've had so much like energy to talk, so I have been talking a lot. Basically my hormones are raging, and I mean like I'm not angry all the time. I'm just like just a little short sometimes. You know, like, great place to stand right in the doorway when people are walking in. Great place. I don't say that out loud. I usually say that about 10 times in my head a day. But yeah, things are I'm feeling a little more tense about things. I've also been kind of emotional. I've been upset about things that are happening in the world, and usually I tend to separate myself from the tragedies our world experiences, which is so ignorant. But lately it's like everything going on in the world, like I feel it deeply in my heart. I don't know if it's like mom stuff or whatever, but I'm just suddenly like my eyes have been opened to like all the injustice and ridiculousness in the world, and I'm developing opinions about things, whereas before I just didn't bother to have an opinion. So yeah, that has been new. That's pretty much it for week 15, because not a lot really changed or happened. 1 second. This is my favorite meal right now. Noodles and cheese. It's gluten-free because I'm gluten-free. If you didn't know that, I don't know. Did you guys ever do that as a kid? Drink something and then just enunciate that you've just had something to drink? I used to do that all the time, and then my mother was like, stop it. What are you doing? I'm feeling silly these days. Like, I'm just feeling upbeat, and when I feel upbeat, I get a little bit sarcastic and a little bit silly. Week 16, I had the worst acid reflux. Like, I would wake up in the morning and, you know, like, it would just be hard because, you know, I take meds in the morning and they upset my stomach a lot. And then I need to have a coffee because, like, I always have a coffee in the morning. I mean, I didn't really in the first trimester because, like, I was home and I was able to just, like, sleep whenever I wanted. But now I'm in school, I need my coffee. But it's a battle between, like, when should I have my coffee, you know? Like, if I have an 8 a.m., I'm like, I should have it really early as soon as I get out of bed. But then, you know, I also have to take my meds in the morning, so it's like, well, I can't take them both together. And then one day I was like, screw it, I'll take them both together, and then I ended up barfing up my coffee, which has been the only time I have thrown up this entire time I've been pregnant. So that wasn't fun, and I ended up being more dizzy and more dehydrated after that. So I don't like being dehydrated. Sometimes it gets to a point where like I get really emotional. Like my body can go longer without food, which is like normal. Most people can go longer without food than water. But I just, like, after 2 days of having no juice or that kind of stuff, I get really freaking emotional. And I had an OB appointment in week 16, and I showed up and I just started crying right away when the nurse brought me in. Like, I've been having these terrible migraines like every day, all day. And my OB actually thinks they're tension headaches, not migraines. So yeah. But anyway, like I was just like, my head has not like had any kind of relief, like nothing is working. And I was thirsty, kind of hungry because it was like right before I got paid. So I hadn't had much to eat the night before. Yeah, so my OB said that I can take Zantac or Ranitidine, whatever, for my acid reflux, which I have already been prescribed because I do have GERD. So I just didn't know I could take it. So taking that, I can take Tums. I found Tylenol that has caffeine in it. I couldn't find it before. They didn't have it at the drugstores in my area, but the one near the hospital does. So I got that. I got some heat packs to put on my head, and for other areas that have been really bothering me, like my lower back, and sometimes like right at the top of my neck, behind my head, the bottom of my brain, oh gosh, has been hurting. So yeah, the baby's heartbeat was good. It was 140 beats per minute. For some reason I thought it was supposed to be like a little bit higher. I thought it was supposed to be like 180, but she said 140 is completely normal. The Down syndrome testing came back and everything was good. There were no concerns for Down syndrome or any of the other things they tested for. So I was happy about that. And then I mentioned to her like how thirsty I've been, so I did a urine sample, and I really like could only do a drop because I was dehydrated. And I signed up for this like my chart thing at the hospital, and so I can log on and see my lab results as soon as they're available. And so I was able to log on and see my urine. It was available in like a couple hours. And it did kind of seem like I was a little dehydrated. I mean, like, lots of things can cause like the numbers that I saw, but there wasn't really any concern. Like my OB said, you know, like I don't have any infections. She didn't say anything about me being dehydrated. You know, they just keep telling me to drink more and more and more fluids. But I'm just like, I drink all day long, like liters of stuff, and it just, I see stars all the time, and I'm dizzy, you know, like it's insane. And there's not a lot of juice I can drink now, because the acid is really bothering my stomach. So, I mean, I've cooled it down on the apple juice. Like, I don't have it before I go to bed, and I don't have it in the morning. If I do have it, I'll have it like in the middle of the day with a meal. But I stocked up on Powerade. So I've been drinking Powerade in the morning, and at night if I'm thirsty. And that's been awesome. And I haven't been getting up to go to the bathroom as much in the middle of the night, which is also a relief because I've been sleeping longer. It's just really been the tension headaches this week that have been intense. This week was also my reading week, so I had a week off and I had a lot to do, and I literally accomplished nothing. Like, this is my homework here. I have so much studying to do for my pathology test on Monday, and I'm just like it's tomorrow. I should be okay though. I did most of it yesterday. So this week baby was the size of an avocado. I have an avocado baby. And I can really feel my belly like stretching. There's a lot of cramping going on down there. And it's like, it's getting sore, which I know happens like when it's growing. So that's really cool. Apparently baby is like 12 to 13 centimeters, and that's like almost as big as my hand. My hands are very small. Yeah, but basically like from crown to rump, it's as big as my hand, but like as long as my hand, and then it's like arms and legs, and that like is crazy to me, like that it's outgrowing my palm, you know, like ah! So my OB also recommended that I use a saline irrigation spray for my nose, because if there's like my sinuses are clogged or anything, that can be affecting my tension headaches. And also because my bloody noses like are getting worse. So, like I already said this, but yeah, so I got some saline irrigation stuff. God, I'm really gassy today. Anyway, so, but the thing is with this like spray is like you're supposed to spray it like directly up your nose, and then you're supposed to let it drip out through the other nostril or through your mouth, and you're supposed to keep that flow going for like 3 seconds. And I don't know about you guys, but I can't stand getting water up my nose like in a pool. Like I end up coughing and choking, and it's just a big mess. So I was like, this is gonna be interesting, and sure enough it feels the exact same. It's a very uncomfortable feeling, but it does kind of like lubricate my nose, and it kind of works a little bit. Like I'm able to clear my sinuses. It only, I mean, I still end up getting a bloody nose in the morning, so it works for like half the night, and then I do it during the day. So, and it's also nice too, because sometimes like when I go to bed I'll have a stuffy nose and it's hard for me to fall asleep because I'm so clogged. But that was something that I've been doing. My body is really high maintenance right now, because like my skin is changing and things are growing. The process of getting out of the shower is super long, because now I'm applying stretch mark cream, and then I don't really want to use it on my entire body because I feel like that's like a waste, so I use it on areas that I will most likely get stretch marks, and then I use a different one for like my legs and my arms. So there's 2 creams right away, and then like I have these like really dry patches like by my nose and like right here, and so I use a special cream for those, and then I use just like this seaweed cream. It's really thin for the rest of my face, and so it's like it takes me forever to like deal with my whole body before I can get dressed. What else do I do? Oh, and then, you know, like I clean my ears, brush my teeth. Like, it just takes forever, okay? Forever. It's easier. No, it's not easier when I shower in the morning. What am I talking about? It's still the same thing. But yeah, pretty high maintenance. I was feeling a little bit overwhelmed this week because I had 4 appointments, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And it's getting to be a lot of appointments, and a lot of resources are being suggested, and that is still making me feel like really overwhelmed. I mean, I think I talked about that in the last video, but just like all these appointments, you know, like it's taken a lot of time. So hopefully I can figure something out where I don't have to see some people so often, you know, or I can just only go to an appointment when it's like absolutely necessary, because it just like, sometimes it takes up a large portion of my day. and then I feel like I'm wasting my time because I've got so much schoolwork to do. Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention, I don't know why I'm playing with my fork. I've been very, very forgetful and very distracted. Like for a while I was really, really, really focused, but like, yeah, I've just been distracted mostly by social media and, you know, like issues that are going on in the world currently. Also, you know, just like talking to people, you know, like I'll be like, I'll be working on something and I'm like, I think I'll call my friend, and then, you know, I'm talking to them for like an hour and a half or something. Usually I do that when I'm making dinner, just because like I'm away from work anyway, so yeah. Very forgetful and distracted. Oh, I'm out of breath now. Goodness gracious. My gender ultrasound is on March 27th. I still want to get one done before then. Depends on if when I get my grants and my scholarships, because I was supposed to get them a while ago, but they have the wrong account information, because like they have an account that was closed. Anyway, I'm gonna be getting a check, and it's gonna take like another week or two, which is like so annoying. But I really want to know the gender. I had an interview today with a family I will potentially be a nanny for, so that's good. I'll finally have a job. This week coming up is gonna be like pretty intense because I'm a little bit behind because I didn't do much over reading week. Today, don't really have attention headache, which is great. It's a good day. Don't have anything else to say, really. Yeah, so thanks for continuing to watch. I know I look a little bit rough around the edges today. I also feel like this outfit is like pregnant / artist look, you know? It kind of looks like bummy, but like this is like, if I had all the money in the world, this is like the only clothing I would buy. Just long shirts and cardigans and tights. That's like all I would buy. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!